All right, ladies and gentlemen, this video is a little different than I normally do on tools, but a viewer, K space S-A-J-A-K, K Sajak. I'm gonna say that, I'm just gonna call it like that, K Sajak. He asked me about my oils and stuff that I use, and I thought it'd be a good excuse to make a little video and to show you what I use. This is just what I prefer, and it's what I've used for years, and I just like it. It's just what I use. Start off with as far back as I can go. I can remember this is the wax we always used. We did have turtle wax once in a while, but more than likely this is what we used. Back when I was a kid, my dad, everybody used this. So I still use it to this day, and we use it on everything. Glass, wood, plastics, metal, we use it for everything. I've still got a brand new can in my cabinet. I always keep some handy, so that's one thing. WD-40. Some of you guys, I know, have your other stuff. You like this or that. I drove, when I first, 15 years old, I bought a 49 Ford with a flathead 6 in it with the distributor was points. You drive through a mud puddle on the street, water would splash up inside the engine, and I'd have to use this to clean out my distributor cap so I could drive home again. So this stuff has been with me since, 1978. I drove that 49 Ford pickup for almost 20 years and always had a can in the truck. And that truck was bone stock. Never did anything to it except it had a single barrel Holley carburetor. That's another thing we'll get to that in a second, but I used this ever since. Dad had it around, that's all I ever used. Yeah, there's other stuff out there, but I use what I like. Once I'm comfortable with something, until someone can prove it's a better product, I'm using this. Carburetor cleaner. We had Berryman's when I was a kid everywhere. We kept it. I kept a can of that also in my truck. Single barrel Holley carburetors are notorious for getting trash in them. It had a glass bowl filter for the fuel filter. If you guys don't know, look it up on a 49 Ford pickup truck. Anyways, I was always rebuilding my carburetors. Every 6 months at least. Single Holley carburetors weren't known to be the best things out there. I mean, they were easy to rebuild. That's one good thing about it. But I found probably the last, well, actually about 30 years ago, I've been buying. I usually go through 2 cases a year, which is 16 cans. I use this stuff. Corbin Westland 5200 series locks. Some of the best locks Corbin Westland ever made. The heavy duty, they're expensive. They're about $1,000 or up now. That's what I use. When I take a lock apart, this is what I use to clean the lock before I go back and grease it. And I don't oil locks, I grease them, especially those kind of locks. I do a lot of locksmithing, so anytime I take a lock apart, I clean it. And this is what I use to clean it. Yeah, I know, they make baths, they make these cleaners you can do. It's hard to clean a lock outside in the hallway with a tub of cleaner when you got to put the lock back on in 30 minutes. The facility I work on is a non-stop 24 hours, never stop. So for those of you that have the capability of putting your lock and soaking it over, that's fine and good. Not all of us can do that. So this works great. Graffiti remover, glue remover, you name it, I use it. I do test it. Vinyl wall covering, which some of you call it wallpaper. It's not paper, it's commercial vinyl covering. Graffiti, this gets it off. You have to be careful though, because the different grades of vinyl, some it'll take the color off. It'll literally wash the color off. But anyways, I use this. I buy this because it's cheap and it works. All right, polishing compound. Harbor Freight stuff. I like it. I don't have a problem with it. It works good. I do have some high dollar stuff here that I bought off Amazon. I can't tell a difference. I don't care. I like this stuff. It'll take me forever to use these. And I know different colors are for different stuff, so those of you that get all bent out of shape because I'm using something, I have found I can use red on steel, any steel. I've used brown, I've used black. I don't see that much difference. And you gotta remember, I'm just polishing old tools, so it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, probably two of the most useful things that I use is going to be this little oil can, and this is probably the best oil can I've ever found. It's a little 2-inch bottom. I love these cans, this style, and I use 0.20 weight synthetic Walmart brand, the cheap stuff. I've used it for as long as synthetic's been out, I guess. Every one of my cars got synthetic in it, at different weights, different, but my wife's car's got that 0.20, and I keep a lot of that. Hang on a second. These cans, oil cans, suck. I just got these in a deal, so I bought them. I don't like these type of oil cans. They hands down suck. Even my dad didn't like them. They always tip over. They're just junk. They break all the time. Moving parts. Anyways, if you ever find any of these little cans, look in the bottom, make sure they're not rusted. But these little ones like this have a little precise tip on it, work great. Then probably that oil can and this mobile grease. I use this. It's a lithium. This grease, I've been at the facility 35, this August be 35 years. Same facility, I've had the same job for that long. This stuff, we installed some pump motors there in 1991. The same motors are still running to this day, connected to 8-inch iron pipe, water flowing through them. They switch, I don't know, I can't remember how often those motors switch, left to right, left to right. Anyways, they'll run about a day or two and then they switch over and operate the other side. But it pumps 3 stories worth of water. And this is what we use on those pump motors and pumps. Every air handler unit, and when I say air handler, I mean air conditioning, and we heat and cool with water. We have chill water and then we have boilers. So everything, this is all we buy in our facility. We buy it by the case. This stuff, I like it. It's been proven to me, so I use it. The other thing that we've had ever since I can remember was a kid was this stuff right here. This stuff and oil can, this 3-in-1 oil, it's just something we've always used. I use this on the detents, some of the ratchets sometimes, some of the old ones that have the little oil hole. Use what you like, ladies and gentlemen. When you're rebuilding a ratchet, you have to remember you're dealing with something that's a low RPM. It's not like you're spinning like this grease needs, a pump motor spinning at 3,400 or 4,000 RPM or variable drive. So some of our pump motors are variable drive and 800 RPM to 4,000, or I don't know what it's calling for, whatever the computer tells it. So Something like this for high RPM, yeah, it's not recommended. But for little ratchets and little things like that, it's been around forever. Hell, this can's been, hell, come think about it, this can's been around probably 25, 30 years. I still have another new can. It's as old as this one. Now, anti-seize, something I use all the time. I was taught when I was a kid, if it goes back in aluminum or if it goes back in a dirty area and you're afraid it might seal, anti-seize. We always use, that's just what I was taught. Red thread lock. If I'm worried of vibration or possibility coming loose, that's what I use. There again, that's the way I was trained. So, and I have not had an issue. It works. It works for me, so that's what I do. Now getting to hand cleaner. This is that lanolin. I think Walmart sells this stuff. I buy about 2 of these a year. That and lava soap, hand soap. I love the lava hand soap. I didn't bring any out. My wife keeps some in the bathroom, and that's what I use when I'm done out in the shop. I go in there at work, in the shop, outside in the boiler room, lava soap. That's our go-to in this. That's all we use. So, anyways, epoxy. I use this. This is this stuff. DevCom. I use it all the time. Anytime I need an epoxy, this is my go-to stuff. It is a little more expensive. I've never had anything fail using this. So just something I use. Now, that being said, I will not use this on aluminum cast motor or something like that. I'll weld it before I'll do this, but for putting handles on hammers or minor things like some trim on a trailer here a while back, we had an issue where the wood was rotted pretty bad, and the person I was helping didn't want to strip it down to replace the wood on the inside. We used some epoxy and it worked great. Still working, actually. Works good. So, let's see. Bluing. I use a lot of this on tools. I like both. I don't have a problem with either one. This one you have to rinse. It's okay. I don't mind it. It works good. The coloring's pretty good. This one I like better because this one just wipe it off. You don't have to rinse with this one. This one I like. I actually think the color sometimes, depending on the metal, the bluing is better with this, but you have to rinse it with this. And I don't like rinsing like on a pair of pliers where you can't take it apart, like not a slip joint, but a linesman pliers or something. I'm afraid it may rust and I can't get it, especially if the tool sets for a long time after you've done cleaning and bluing it, that it may rust back up. I like this better. It's just what I like. I find something that I like and I use it. That simple. Then, Rust-Oleum, rust remover. This stuff is aggressive. I will say, if you use this, pay attention, go by the directions, and check it regularly. When I mean regularly, about every 30 minutes, you need to check the product that you stick in this, the item you stick in this, because this stuff's aggressive. This, a lot of body shops will use. You can brush this on, and it works very well. I know people that use this on frame off restorations, things like that. If I say that, a lot of times if it's frame off, they do the sandblasting, but they will do this on parts and things that they can't take apart. Now, the Evaporust, I have a 5-gallon jug of it, and I like it. It's okay. It's expensive. This stuff's expensive. This stuff's more aggressive. I do have vinegar. I think my wife took it, stole it. Oh, I don't have my vinegar out here. Sorry, I'd show you the vinegar. I like 6% vinegar. Since I have the evaporust, I don't use the vinegar as much. But anyways, vinegar's good. Leave a tool in 8 hours overnight, pull it out, and it works good. The only thing with vinegar is it's just like this stuff. I have done it before. If you leave something in vinegar too long, it will eat the plating off. It'll eat the tool up. It will. That 6%. It's kind of aggressive. This stuff's a lot more aggressive than the vinegar. And then of course the evaporust. I've pulled something out here the other day. It's been five weeks. One of the viewers said that it probably damaged the metal. I don't think it did. I can't tell any difference. The evaporust, it says to leave it in overnight, pull it out. I can't see a problem. It didn't hurt it. So I'm fine with it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I did this. If you guys watch this video, if you don't like it, just click off. I made this video for K Sajak. Like I said, this is what I use. I'm comfortable with this stuff. I tell you guys, and I've said it in my videos before, if you find something you like, use it. Sometimes, this is my opinion on this stuff here. This is what I use. This is what I like. There's things out there maybe better that I don't know about. And if someone can prove it to me, I don't mind. The problem is this tube of grease right here is like $11. And yeah, I can get a bucket of wheel grease cheap wheel grease, but I like this stuff. I don't care paying the extra and buying this. It doesn't bother me. I know the quality in this and it works good. I use this on my trucks. I use it on my trailers, both of my trailers. I use it on my bearings because it's proven. And all this stuff here I've used for years. It's something that I use and I don't have a problem with it. So I thought it'd be a good little short video. Somebody might get something out of it. Tell me what you guys think. I'm sure you guys have other things you like using. This is what I do. This is what I use. I thought that might answer a question. And I wish I knew what K Sajak. K Sajak. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it. Anyways, hope you liked the video. I thought it'd make just something funny, if anything. If somebody might get something out of this. You don't have to have hundreds and hundreds of different cans of stuff. I've got about a dozen items here, and that's what I use. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your afternoon.